Welcome to the American Council of the Blind of Virginia's Voices of Vision, a live Zoom broadcast where we conduct 30-minute interviews with inspiring guests making an impact in the blind and low vision community. ACBVA is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We appreciate your support. Enjoy the show. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the American Council of the Blind of Virginia's Voices of Vision show. We are so excited that you have joined us today for a very important topic, prevention of falls. And we are excited to have Maria Evangelista, our host.
Hello, good morning, everybody.
As well as Teresa Breeden, who is our technical support and our fundraising co-chair and treasurer for ACBVA.
Good morning, everyone.
And I am Deborah Hill, your host as well. And once again, we are welcoming back our president, Doug Powell.
Good morning, Deborah, and everybody.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. And we are honored and privileged to have with us today Larry Johnson on behalf of ACBVA. Welcome, Larry.
Hello, Virginia.
Hello.
Hello. Well, we are going to get started with Larry, our guest. Larry, we would like to learn more about you and your journey and how you became involved with the blind and low vision community and what you do.
Well, currently I'm supposedly retired. I don't really know what retired means, however, because I think I'm more busy now than I've ever been. I was originally from Chicago, so I'm really a Yankee. But then from Chicago, I went to Mexico and I studied and worked and got married there and lived there for 17 years and then decided it was time to come back to the States. But I really didn't want to face the cold winters of Chicago.
I don't blame you.
So instead, we came to Texas, and I've been in San Antonio, Texas ever since. Actually, more than half of my life now. We've been here 50 years. Someone asked me, well, how long have you been involved in advocacy or in some form of trying to educate the public about blind and visually impaired? And I said, probably all of my life. I was born with infantile glaucoma, which meant that's very unusual, but that meant that I lost my vision at the age of 6 months. And I am now 92, by the way.
Oh, my.
Wow.
So I've been retired from my last official job was with the Southwestern Bell Telephone, AT&T, as a human resource manager, which I did for 21 years. And prior to that, my professional career involved television and radio broadcasting, which I did for 22 years. So since I retired, which was in 2000, I've been doing workshops and public speaking and writing books and enjoying life.
Wow, that is so wonderful. And we have something in common. I'm from Chicago as well.
Oh, really?
And I'm not going back there to live because of the weather. Well, thanks so much,
I grew up north
Larry.
of Chicago
Welcome.
also.
Oh my
All
gosh,
you
wow.
guys are all from
Yeah.
Chicago.
Yeah.
But
Well,
we-
Doug, you have this is your second visit with us, but some of our listeners may not have listened to your first show. So please take a moment to share a little bit about yourself as well.
Well, thank you. As I said, I'm also from north of Chicago and grew up there till I went to college. And I've been president for, this is actually my second stint as president of the ACB of Virginia. It was actually called the Old Dominion Council of the Blind and Vision Impaired when I was president the first time. And I'm really excited about our first ever hybrid convention, which means that it will be attended in person by a lot of people, and it will also be attended over Zoom by a lot of people. So I'm excited about that. I have my career was with education. My longest job was with the National Education Association, and we published in-service training materials for teachers. And then I also worked 10 years as a consultant with National Industries for the Blind, going around to different agencies that employ blind people and doing workshops on communication skills, leadership skills, and communication, leadership, and oh, come on, Doug. And oh, and teamwork. So and that was a great gig for about 10 years, and now I'm not only president of the ACB of Virginia, but I'm also president of the AAVL, and I have been working closely with Larry, because he is a great advocate for issues not only of blind people, but also older blind people. So that's.
And just for our listeners, what does AAVL stand for?
Thank you. The Alliance on Aging and Vision Loss.
Great. All right. Well, thanks so much, Doug. And we're going to continue with more questions for you both from Maria.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. And this is my question is for to be answered by Larry first. Of course, Larry, you are so experienced in different topics concerning the low vision and the visually impaired. You're gonna be part of the convention, you know. So I was just wondering, how did it make you decide to get your topic to be sharing towards the convention, and what is the the relevance of it regarding visually impaired
Well,
people?
about 12 years ago, I was at a conference in Colorado, and
Mm-hmm.
I attended a workshop there, and I learned about a program that was called A Matter of Balance. And
Mm-hmm.
it's a course in fall prevention for older people. And I became really fascinated by the topic because I realized that as we get older, our balance and our muscle tone and everything begin to suffer. And so we become very vulnerable to the risk of falling. So I came back to San Antonio and I contacted my local area agency on aging,
Mm-hmm.
and I asked them about the program, and they said, "Oh yes, we have this program." And I said, "Well, can I get involved?" And they
Mm-hmm.
said, "Sure, you can." And so I signed up to become a certified trainer for the
Mm-hmm.
program, and I went through the training, and I was certified, and they were so supportive that they provided me with all of the training material in Braille.
Oh,
So I
Mm-hmm.
was able to learn, and then I was able to go out and be a co-facilitator, uh, and do fall prevention training for people all around our Bexar County. Now, this wasn't just for blind folks. This is for everybody who is over the age of 60, actually, is who they serve. And the program is an 8-week program. I want to make this clear that the fall prevention, we're going to try to hit the highlights in the workshop we are going to do next Saturday, but we really want to hopefully interest and motivate the audience to reach out to their local area agency on aging or senior center and find out if they have a program because you've got to learn in depth what are the causes of falls, what are the preventions, and what are the major, concerns that you should have. And we'll talk a little bit about that, but I want to really emphasize that this is not just a kind of a 30-minute, okay, now you've known everything that you need to know. It really is much broader than that. So that my hope is that we're going to motivate people to find out more and to continue the exercises that Doug is going to share during the workshop.
Okay, so now, thank you so much. And I know at your age, this topic is really very, very important. And I thank you for being there towards the convention to talk about it. And then now it's your turn, Doug. How did you choose this topic and why do you think it's important?
Well, the Big Data Project, which is an initiative by the Vision Serve Alliance that took data and made it specifically about people who are blind and low vision, as opposed, and compared it with the general public. And blind and visually impaired folks are twice as likely to fall as the general public is. So I thought it would be great to, and I agree with Larry that as we get older, it becomes more important. But even anybody at any age who has lost their vision could use some tips and tricks to to put their houses in order,
Yes.
and also to make sure that they're getting the exercise that they need and the balance exercise that they need. So that's why I wanted to bring this to the ACBVA convention this week.
Okay. Well, now I'm giving it away to you, Miss Deborah. It's your turn to
Well,
ask them another question.
thanks, Maria. It sounds like Larry and Doug that it's going to be a very interactive kind of workshop that you're doing with your participants. And I wondered, do you have some sort of goals and objectives or takeaways in mind, one or two, that you really want people to focus on and have learned once you're done?
I think, first of all, we want to know, we want to persuade people that this is a serious problem. It really is. Falls cause a lot of injury. 90% of hip fractures are as a result of falls.
Mhm.
Some 30,000 people, older people, die each year as a result of a fall-related injury.
Mm.
Every 11 seconds, somebody falls. An older person falls every 11 seconds. So just consider in the
Wow.
short time that we've been talking, how many people have experienced falls? And I think the statistics are alarming. 1 out of every 3 people over the age of 65 will have a fall during the next year. And if you're over the age of 75, it's a 1 out of every 2. And as Doug pointed out, if you have vision problems or hearing problems, your risk is even higher. So the fact is that it is a serious, serious problem. So we want people, first of all, to take that information away. But the second thing that we want them to know is that many falls are preventable. We have this kind of notion that, well, as we get older, we can expect that we're going to fall. We can expect that this is going to happen. Not necessarily. There are certain things that we can do to reduce the risk of falling. And there really are 3 major causes of falling, 3 major causes. The first one is environmental. And most of the time the falls they occur in our home. And a lot of that is our own fault because we create hazards in our home. We have clutter. on the floors. We have maybe electrical cords running across pathways. We have what these are called throw rugs that often are very slippery because they don't have adhesive on the bottom, and so they slide. And often we also have irregular flooring. Maybe those of you who have some vision, you don't have adequate lighting or color contrast so that you can tell the difference when there's a change in the surfacing of your floors or furniture that sticks out. So there's a lot of environmental hazards that happen in our home, and there's a little kind of a short list that we're going to go through and talk to people
Wow.
about that on Saturday. The
That's
second,
wonderful, Larry. I mean, just the information that you have provided so far has been, very informative. And I'm sure it gets all of us even more excited about coming to the convention to experience in person more of what we're going to learn about this serious topic from you and Doug. And so I'm going to turn it back over to Maria for your final question.
Oh, okay. I am going to ask the both of them, since this topic to me is very relevant because I've experienced it myself. 5 years ago, I did fall. Oh, and you wouldn't want to see me. I was black and blue because of the blood, you know, clot that I experienced because of the fall. So, Larry, I'm just going to ask you because people do think this is irrelevant. They would say, oh, it's only for the old people, but they don't realize that it could happen to young people. As you can see, and you said that there are a lot of contributing factors why we do fall. So what are your messages towards people who do think that this is not a topic that they should interest themselves with?
well, I was going to mention the second cause of falls, and this is for anybody, are our personal habits, like wearing flip-flops. Flip-flops are really a high risk for falling. Carrying things in both your arms when you're bringing in the groceries or packages or whatever, and you don't have a free hand to grab onto something if you should slip or trip. So that's another risk. The way that we get up from our bed, or the way we get up from a chair, uh, and Doug and I have talked about this, uh, climbing on top of a chair or of a bed to change a light bulb. These are not really smart things to do, whether you're, 15 or 65. So habits are a big, big, important part of it. And the other part, and Doug will talk about this, and that has to do with our physical condition.
Yeah. Okay. How about Doug? What can you say about this? Because as I've said, to some people, this is something that they should be concerned with. And what can you say about that?
Well, there are two things that I didn't mention in my bio earlier, and
Mm-hmm.
that is that I have been an athlete my whole life. I've done triathlon. I did triathlon for over 35 years, and I teach Tai Chi at the local recreation center for people, for anybody to come to. It's on Wednesday afternoons, so usually it's people who are retired. And
Mm-hmm.
as we retire, as we get older, as things become, people get more sore in places and that kind of thing, but even younger people, as they lose vision, they don't, unless they make a concerted effort to do so, we tend not to exercise as much as we should. And so my part of the presentation is gonna talk a little bit about exercise in general, but also about specifically about balance exercises that people can do. So I want people to walk away from this meeting with stuff that they're going to do, if not every day, then maybe every other day, and also some resources that they may want to pursue in terms of getting more exercise for themselves in their local communities.
Oh, okay. And to young children, especially when doing trampoline and stuff like that, this was also very, very important and relevant, isn't it?
Sure. You got to be a little bit careful with a trampoline if you don't have vision.
Yeah, there's a lot of parents who are encouraging it, but it's really sometimes unsafe.
Yeah, and I can think of, yeah, that's right. I can think of a better aerobic exercise that people
Yeah,
can do that is not quite as uh, uh, quite as dangerous.
dangerous. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
You know,
Okay,
Well,
Deborah.
all right. Well, Doug and Larry, we certainly appreciate all that you have shared today about this great topic. And we are going to ask you both to kind of conclude with us sharing what your thoughts are for our convention, which is this weekend, October 17th.
Hooray, it's here.
Yay!
well,
Well,
go ahead, Doug.
I'm really glad that we're doing it hybrid because that allows us to have Larry come and present with us. So he's not coming to Virginia. He's gonna present via Zoom from San Antonio. So I think that's an exciting part of of our convention, that we can bring in people who can't necessarily make it to Fredericksburg, but they can bring their expertise anyway, and so that's exciting to me. Yeah, I'm just looking forward to the whole thing, and also we can, the people who can get together, it's very exciting. We haven't been really together in a long time, so meeting people we've seen over Zoom and that kind of thing will be really kind of exciting. So I'm looking forward to the weekend a lot.
We're
Yes,
looking
and
forward
Larry,
to
we're
seeing a lot
excited
of
that
people.
you'll be joining us via Zoom. Is there anything you'd like to share about
Well,
your?
I am thrilled and honored and excited to be a part of your convention. I've been to Virginia once, but that was many, 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 many years ago. But I get to visit Virginia again, and this
Yeah,
is so cool. And I just want to stress again that I'm so pleased uh, that y'all decided to highlight this topic as one of your major workshops, because it is so critically important. You know, what people learn as a result of this could save them from a very painful injury, possible long hospital stay, and maybe even more than that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
so
It
don't
could
be,
save a life, actually.
it actually could. So don't become a victim. And also, I want you to think about exercise. It's not a strenuous, tedious, boring activity. There are all kinds of exercises. I participated in tandem bicycling for about 15 years. It was a great exercise.
mhm,
Other people love to just walk or work in their garden. So it doesn't mean that you necessarily have to go to a gym and work out and sweat lifting, 100-pound weights or any of that. No, and it can be fun, and you can do it as a cooperative effort with a friend or a relative, and so it can be a social event as well as a physical help to your health. So think of exercise as something very positive, and retaining your balance. And you know what is I just want to add this one last thing. One of the things that people don't realize, that as you get older, there's a great temptation to become less active. And the more or less active you become, the weaker your muscles and your body strength becomes, and makes you even more vulnerable. So it doesn't matter what your condition is, you can do some exercise, whether it's 15 minutes a day or 10 minutes a day or whatever it is. Some exercise is going to be helpful to you. and correct some of those other bad habits. Don't wear flip-flops. Don't climb on top of a bed to change a light bulb, please.
Well, Larry, thank you so much. And Doug, thank you. And as you all listeners know, we're going to have a lot of fun at the convention. And so now we're going to turn to Teresa to talk about the fun of fundraising.
Hello, everyone. So I want to touch base about our fundraising. Right now, we are doing a 50-50 raffle. I'm so excited about this because you get half of whatever we bring in. So it's one ticket for $5, or you can get 5 tickets for $20. And whatever amount we take in, ACBVA gets half to go towards its programs and advocacy efforts and things like that. And then the other half goes to you. So, you can't win if you don't play. If you want more details about that, you can send an email to Teresa. That's THERESA at acbva.org. The other thing that we have going on is we are selling t-shirts and tote bags, and a new product that will be at the convention and available to purchase is a coffee mug with our logo on it. So we have the t-shirt with our logo, that's $25. We have a tote bag that zippers shut for $25. And then we're going to have the coffee mugs for $12. So I'm hoping that they'll be a big hit. I'm in the process right now of putting the logos on some last minute shirts and some coffee mugs. So that will be available at the convention and also available on our website that you can put in an order for one. That's at acbva.org/fundraising. Let's see, what else do we have going on? Oh, our Scentsy products. So that is our party is going on until the end of October. There will be a link in our description below this video that you can go to make your purchase so that we get credit for it. It's also available on our website at acbva.org/fundraising. You scroll down a little bit past the tote bag, and there will be the Scentsy information. Let's see. We've got so much going on. I am so busy. Doing last minute things to get ready for the convention, and I'm hoping to meet a lot of new people, and I know I'm going to have fun. So I hope to see you guys there.
Great. Thank you so much, Teresa.
Thank you.
Thank you. So this concludes our Voices of Vision show. We thank our guests, Doug Powell and Larry.
Yes, we'll see you again.
And Maria Evangelista and
yes,
Teresa Breeden. And I'm Deborah Hill. And we always, we're going to air actually live interview next with Roseanne Ashby, and she's going to talk all about advocacy. And so stay tuned for that upcoming show as well. And we always end encouraging you to use your voice to share your vision. Bye for now.
bye.
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 Okay.
This has been the American Council of the Blind of Virginia's Voices of Vision. We hope you enjoyed the show. Music by Sam Lupica. Visit our website at acbva.org. Follow us on Facebook, and subscribe with us on our YouTube channel. Email your story ideas to communications@acbva.org.